This video is the part 1 video for Class 8 Geography Chapter 2 Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation, and Wildlife Resources. In this channel, we're going to be dividing this chapter into 5 different parts. Land resources, soil resources, water resources, natural vegetation resources, and wildlife resources. The video you're watching right now is on land resources, part 1 of 5. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Introduction. Antarctica, Africa. These are 2 different places on Earth. The reason what makes these 2 different places different is due to these different factors: land, soil, water, natural vegetation, animals, and technology. There's a difference between all these factors that make Antarctica different from Africa. In this video, we will be learning about how places differ from each other due to their land. Land. The most important resource is land. Why? Because land is scarce. Only 30% of the entire Earth's surface is with land, but almost all of the land is uninhabitable. This is due to the uneven distribution of population. So to understand this, let's try to learn this with an example. Antarctica and Russia. These 2 different places are the same in land size, but their population is uneven. The population of Antarctica is 1,000, and the population of Russia is 142 million. This is uneven. So though land might be the same size, there's not many people living in 2 different land sizes. This is due to different factors of land and climate. Examples of uninhabited areas are rugged topography, steep slopes, low areas susceptible to waterlogging, desert areas, and thick forests. The reason why this land is uninhabited is due to the unsafe land and climate features. Land such as plain land and river valleys, this land are habited areas which are suitable for agriculture because the land and the climate are more suitable for more people to live in. Land use. What is land used for? Land is used for many different reasons, but mostly agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, and setting up industries. How is land use determined, or whether one land can be used for agriculture or whether some other land can be used for mining? How can we really determine this? This is due to the different topography, soil, climate, minerals, and availability of different land can determine how the land can be used. Land can be classified as private land and community land. Private land is land owned by an individual, whereas community land is land owned by more than one person, or a community. Community land is also known as common property resources. Increase in population has led to a demand for land. This is causing land to be even more scarce. So now, these days, humans are encroaching common land because land is becoming scarce and using it for urbanization and expansion of agriculture. But there are many threats to the environment due to this expansion of construction and agriculture, such as land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, and desertification are the threats to environment because there is an increase in urbanization and agriculture. So before, in the early 19th century, land was only used for agriculture. Land was fertile land, mostly used for agriculture, with small huts to live in. Later, their land started to be changed, and there's not much agricultural land anymore. Apartment settlements were built, and now there was power supply. But a couple of years later, there were drastic changes. There was no agricultural land, there was increased use of vehicles, and there was more apartments and less open spaces. Now, land has become totally changed, and there's no open space at all. Taller buildings have been constructed more vehicles, smaller roads, and there's an increase in technology. Right here just shows how land use can change over time due to increase in population or technological changes. Before, land was used for agriculture, but now land is not used for agriculture and it's used for urbanization and for living in. And there's increased use of technology. So increase in population, deforestation, and demand for land has created a fear of humans losing land. So how can we conserve land? Well, there are many methods to conserve land, such as afforestation or more forests, land reclamation or turning seas into land, regulated use of fertilizers or regulating or conserving the use of fertilizers, because we shouldn't use too much fertilizers, as fertilizers will make the land less fertile over time. And we should have a check on overgrazing, because if more land is used for overgrazing or more cattle, then that's just a waste of land, and it's also an increase in methane and climate change. So that's about it, and thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for part 2, which will be on soil resources. Make sure to watch this video. Thank you, and have a great day.